Alright. This is 5 Years by Self of Breath. This fic has depictions of major depression, suicidal thoughts, gender issues, unhealthy relationships, divorce, sad stuck, Roxygen, pre-transition June Egbert, pre-transition Roxy Lalonde, although I think we have June in this chapter.
Yes, it is June in this chapter.
I don't... The Roxy chapters go in reverse chronological order, and the June chapters go in chronological order? Question
I
mark?
don't remember.
I don't
I can never
remember.
remember.
It's the format of the play The Last 5 Years, which is what this fic is based on. Which is also a tearjerker. You want
Me want bongo.
bingo bongo.
Me want bingo bongo.
Where's the? Oh, you got it. Okay. Hi, Jamothy. You are in my lap and you are soft.
Aw, this is a little smush face.
Little smush face.
Oh my goodness. The
I
people
love you,
need to
baby.
see this. Hold on.
Oh no, he's licking his little kitty belly.
His little love handles.
God.
He's a little chunky boy.
He's a chunk. He is going to be an absolute unit.
He's only like a year and a half. There's still there's still time for there to be more cat than there already is, which is crazy because there's a lot of cat.
He's still gonna do kind of got like a tiny little head. He hasn't grown. He hasn't quite grown into his cat belly.
Oh my god.
It's really fun when he sits on you when you're like sort of lying down and he sits on your chest and then he's like balanced his weight on one paw. And you're like, you have such small paws for the amount of weight that's being concentrated.
You shift all of this into one pot.
Oh, he's so naughty, and he knows exactly how to like put his paw directly in your rib cage at 7:30 in the morning when he wants food.
And I have never experienced that. All I experience is, hey, when's the last time I put my left nut in your face? That's all I get from Jimmy.
He's hugging my leg because he's a good boy.
Aww.
I love you. Okay. Alright. So this is 5 Years, chapter 7. Janaya, do you want to read the summary since I'm going to do narration?
Certainly. I found my guiding light. I tell the stars each night. Look at me. Look at him. Son of a bitch. I guess I'm doing something right.
You are far away from your home and even farther away from your spouse, and despite your best efforts to remain positive and enjoy your long weekend, you really would just much rather be home with Roxy, doing absolutely nothing. Instead, you are in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the human kingdom, headlining the second annual GodCon. This is your fifth convention now, and though they have gotten easier as you've gotten the gist of them, you had hoped that once the anxiety died down, you'd be able to actually enjoy them. But for the most part, you don't. You'd think that thousands of people traveling long distances just to catch a glimpse of you in the flesh and hear you talk about yourself for an hour would be a pretty sweet ego boost, but all it does is make you feel like an imposter. Of all the people you know, you are certain that you are the least impressive, least interesting, and least accomplished, at least in your time on this planet. So their admiration just makes you feel guilty, like you don't deserve it. Like you're taking away from someone who actually does. Then again, you know for a fact that you are never the only creator they get to ask to appear at these things, so if any of your friends wanted the attention, they could have it. But they don't, or at least they have better things to do with their time. You do not. Not anymore. And even if you'd prefer to be home with Roxy doing nothing at all, Roxy does things, and you figure you're better off doing something too, than always just staying home doing nothing all alone. Your Q&A panel just ended, and you've managed to sneak away from the crowd and find yourself a hiding spot backstage. You fish your phone out of your pocket, a difficult task considering how tight the air breath pants have become. Missed call from Roxy, 1:04 p.m. Missed call from Roxy, 1:26 p.m. Missed call from Roxy, 1:59 p.m. Missed call from Roxy, 2:13 p.m. You panic for a moment, thinking that you might have fucked up when telling them your event schedule, or worse, that something horrible happened. But then you remember how Roxy has a habit of miscalculating time zones and chalk it up to that. They had missed a few calls from you this morning before your panel, so they were probably just trying to reach you while they could manage a break. You tap one of the notifications and then the little phone icon and it starts ringing.
Hey, it's Roxy. Sorry I can't talk right now. You can leave a message if you want, but to be honest, I'm probably not gonna check it. So just text me or pester me and I'll respond when I can. Okay, bye.
You hang up. You open your contacts and tap Roxy Work Cell, and it rings.
Hi there. You've reached Roxy Lalonde, and I'm sorry I can't answer your call right now, but please leave a detailed message with your name and callback number, and I will respond to you as soon as I am able. For speaking inquiries, please contact my publicist at.
You hang up. Sometimes Roxy just forgets their personal phone in their hotel room when they're on their work trips, but you must have just missed your window and they must actually be busy now. They always let you know they're scheduled for the weekend too, but a lot of their supposed free time tends to fill pretty quickly with unscheduled networking. Impromptu coffees with industry bigwigs, run-ins with fans that are too gracious to cut off, or any number of things the super famous best-selling authors that are also gods of the universe tend to get up to. You open your Pester Chum app. Ectobiologists began pestering Tipsy Nostalgic.
Hey, babe. Sorry I missed all your calls. I was doing my panel. And now I just have a few minutes before I have to go do photos. But I'm done at 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock for you, and free after that for the day, so I'll try again then. Okay, well, I'm sorry I missed you. I hope everything's going okay over there. I love you.
Ectobiologist ceased pestering Tipsy Nostalgic. You force your phone back into your pocket with a sigh just as the intern they've stuck with you for the weekend manages to find you.
Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Egbert, but they're ready for you for the photos now.
Yeah, okay, thanks. I'm coming.
You glance up at the clock on the Jumbotron suspended for the convention hall ceiling. It's 4:09 p.m. You were hoping you'd be able to hold out a bit longer since you last looked up at 4:07, but you are just too antsy with desperation for this to be over. It was supposed to end at 4 o'clock, and it could have, but just as you were about to be ushered away to freedom, you made the mistake of looking down at the still considerable line at all the heartbroken young faces, masquerading as all your dearest loved ones, and you told the person you believed to be in charge that you could stay until 4:30 out of sheer guilt. This is not the first time you've done this, and like always, you regretted it immediately, but you regret it more and more with each passing minute and each buzz from your pocket.
Roxy's dinner doesn't start until 5 o'clock my time. I'll just call back right at 4:30, and then we'll talk again later tonight. It's fine.
So you stand there and smile for the camera, joined by a Jade, and then a Jake, a Rose, and Kanaya, 2 car cats, a few kids in what you assume they've decided their own god tier outfits would be, and several Junes, watching the minutes tick by agonizingly slowly. Finally, it's 4:28, and as if the universe itself wanted to fuck with you, a little preteen Roxy approaches, blonde wig, alarmingly accurate Rogue Void costume, holding a plain green cube. Just like when you first met. Your phone buzzes again, and you have to strain to keep from audibly groaning. Instead, you jump right into your rehearsed greeting to speed things along.
Hi, thanks for coming. I'm June. What's your name?
The poor kid looks like they're about to pass out or cry or shit their pants, or maybe all three, but that's nothing new to you anymore. It actually helps you overcome a lot of your own anxiety about these meet and greets with hundreds of strangers to realize that they are more nervous than you, and it's your job as an adult, a celebrity, and a god to put aside your own neuroses and make them feel comfortable. You channel all of your strength into hiding your desperation to leave and put on your warmest smile.
Devin, hi.
They're practically whispering, and their eyes are firmly fixed on the floor. You press on.
Hi, Devin. I like your outfit, obviously. So, how would you like to pose for a picture?
Oh, it's okay. We can just stand.
Yeah, okay, sure.
So you awkwardly position yourself to the right of poor terrified Devin and smile at the camera. The instant after it flashes, you turn back towards them to shake hands and say goodbye, but they are not facing you, and they are not smiling. Usually people relax a bit by this point, but they look just as panicked as ever.
Hey, Devin, are you okay? Oh, we can try one more photo if you weren't ready.
I'm non-binary.
Oh, okay.
You're not really sure why they just said that, but you're trying to be polite, although you do still really want to get this over with so you can actually speak to the real Roxy today.
I haven't told anyone yet, but I wanted to tell you. And I just wanted to tell you that I didn't know what non-binary was until Roxy said they are. And I never would have figured it out without them, and that they're my hero. And you probably get this all the time, but if you could please tell them thank you for me, I'd really appreciate it.
Whoa. Wow, that has never happened before. You just stand there in silence for a moment, all sense of urgency gone, just trying not to cry.
Sorry, I mean, you're also my hero, and I think it's really cool that you're trans too. And I'm really glad to meet you.
No, Devin, I get it. Believe me. Roxy's my hero too.
You are now dangerously close to losing your cool in front of this child as the truth of your own words hits you. God, how damn lucky you are that you get to be married to your hero, and also like an actual hero to probably thousands of kids. And also, probably so are you. Like, maybe these annoying photo ops aren't just a cool thing to do for some of these kids. Maybe they actually help them? You start to feel the slightest tremble in your lips, so you clear your throat and keep talking to drown out your emotions.
But yeah, I will definitely tell Roxy what you said. I know they'll be so touched to hear it. Actually, talk to that lady by the exit after this and give her your address. And I know Roxy would love to send you a letter to thank you for your kind words. If that's okay with you and your parents. I mean, you don't have to, obviously.
Devin's face is now bright red, but for the first time you see a slight smile break out on their face.
Oh, yes, that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you. Really.
You offer your hand and Devin weakly shakes it before turning to leave.
Oh, wait. Devin?
They look back.
It's not as scary as you think it's gonna be.
Devin's face seems to pale a little bit, but after a moment they give you a small nod and make their way towards the exit. Before you know it, the event staff start clearing away the rest of the crowd and your intern leads you out the back barely before you have time to wave. You never liked doing these conventions. You probably still won't, all in all. You always felt like just a novelty to these people, not a person yourself, and honestly, that's fine. People are allowed to have frivolous hobbies and parasocial attachments to celebrities. Lord knows you always have, but being on the receiving end just never felt right. Especially since all of this is the result of you failing at your one real grown-up life goal. But you never even considered that any of this might actually be doing some real good for someone. You never in a million years thought that you might just be an actual role model just for being who you are and showing up. You know Roxy is incredible and accomplished, obviously, but it never occurred to you that they could do for random kids from the middle of nowhere what they did for you, and that you could be a part of it too. You wonder if Harry Anderson ever came out as trans and then came to your town to meet you, how different your life might have been. And was also married to Matthew McConaughey, who was also trans? You quickly give up trying to form a sensical analogy, but for the first time you leave the convention hall feeling pretty okay about yourself. By the time you're back in the quiet of your room, it's 4:42. You pull out your phone to see that you have 3 more missed calls and several pester chum messages from Roxy. You call back.
Hey, it's Roxy. Sorry, I...
And you hang up and pull up Pester Chum and said. Ectobiologist began pestering Tipsy Nostalgic.
Hi, I'm so sorry my thing ran late. You must be on your way to the dinner already. I'm done for the day now, so call me when you're done if you're not too tired. I have something really cool to tell you. Okay, have fun. I love you.
You start to put down your phone, but change your mind.
Oh, also, thanks for marrying me.
This was good, but it's sad because of the impending consequences.
Yeah. God, this fucking story. Yeah, that's that. Yes, that's the
That's the
correct
feeling.
answer.